discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Consumer has never been in better shape, so I do not see a recession in the overall economy in the U.S. or the world economy.
The consumer in the United States is in pretty good shape. Household savings are still quite high coming out of the recession.
The U.S. consumer is strong because they bailed us out before. They've got the cash to do it. In fact, we U.S. Citizens have more in their bank account than they've ever had in American history.
I think the big point underlying all of this is how much money the consumer has. The U.S. economy is based on the consumer. The consumer's flush with cash.
Oh, my God. You think they all get together and repeat that over and over? Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Consumer is flush with cash. Really? If that was the case, then why is it that consumer confidence is collapsing? It's not soaring. We're being told it's soaring. But it's not. It's not soaring at all. We're being told that wages are increasing. They haven't increased in a year. We found that on Friday. They're the same as they were last November. 12 months going by, they haven't increased. This is crazy. The economy's not booming. If that was the truth, that was the case, if all that was true, then why are banks so concerned? They know what's going on. They know this is going to happen. It's not a surprise to them. They know after every crash, after the bubble makers create the crash, they know they're not allowed to recover. They don't want to recover from crashes. They just want to prop them up. Just like some third world country. It has some tribal terrorist comes in and props up the economy to the next tribal terrorist takes them over. Same thing. So they've gone on defense. They always do that. They know this bubble's going to, when the bubble masters pop it, they're going to pop it. They'll decide when to pop it, our owners. So the banks are cutting credit lines. Now, I'm sure you probably received or you're about to receive a notice about your credit card, how they're going to reduce your credit line, the line of credit you have, $1,000 or whatever. Banks are cutting small personal loans and business loans, even to their best credits. American Express leads in issuing lines of credit to highly qualified customers, both personal and their small businesses, even though they have credit scores, an average of 800. They've been cutting, sending out notices. We're going to cut your line back. If you know anybody with American Express, a little business line of credit, ask them. They'll tell you. They're getting cut back. This is crazy. What else is crazy is what I'm watching today. We got everybody running to buy today what we call the travel stocks. You know, the buy and the dip. You're going to get crushed. Everybody's running, following each other, like yelling fire, and everybody's running out of theater together. You're going to get crushed. Everybody's buying Norwegian Cruise Line. The fake business news network today, CNBC, Fox, those dopes who wouldn't know a good stock if they tripped over it all day long, pushing these stocks. So take a stock like Norwegian Cruise Line. It's one of our stocks. You don't buy it today. See, if you know what you're doing, you don't buy it today. Now, you could buy it today if you have a lot of sustaining power. let's say that you got $500,000 in your bank account and you don't know what to do with it. You're just sitting there and you want to buy some cruise line and you don't care if it goes down 10, 20, 30%. What do you care? You don't care. You don't need the money. That's different. And a lot of wealth is created that way. A lot of wealth is created that way. Because if you take Norwegian Cruise Line, if you go back, to, well, let's say go back to January of 2020, right before the crash, it was trading around $60. Today it's trading around $20. So that's a drop about 67%. So if you want to buy it today and you have a lot of money, sure, go ahead and buy it. There's no problem. You got more than a 50% discount. But you've got to have the sustaining power to hold on to it. And if she drops down another 15, 20% or 10%, you got to be able to hold on to it. You get 3 or 4 of those, and they all start dropping. And you got to be able to sit there and take those losses all the way down. If you can do that, it's a great stock. No question about it. You can go buy JetBlue. That's going up today, but it's going up in a downtrend, meaning money is coming out. More money is coming out than going in. What does that mean? Well, either one of these, Norwegian or Carnival Cruise, still more money has gone out of the stock than coming into the stock. In other words, people like us short the stock. We've been shorting the stock for a long time. And then what we do is we start taking our profits, which push the stocks up. And then when you hear these jibber jabbers tell you buy on the dip today and you see the stock go, oh my God, I got to get in now. Let me get in now before it goes up anymore. I got to get in before it goes, it's at $20.22. Get me in now before it goes higher. What you don't realize is tomorrow morning, there's a very high probability when you wake up. If you bought the stock at $20.27, you could wake up tomorrow morning and the stock could be at $17. So that's what I'm saying. You got to have that kind of willpower. You got to have that kind of attitude and that kind of money to sustain those kind of things, because it's in a severe downtrend. It's out of the ballpark. It's been beaten up, but it still can be very volatile, because the beautiful thing about the chart that we design, which is patented, is our chart, what's beautiful about it tells our members, our gang members, not to buy that stock today. Not if you're just going to do a regular trade, be in it for 10, 20 days. No, don't do it. Don't buy it today. Same thing with if you go and you buy another one today, JetBlue. JetBlue's gone up in the last 4 days, but the trend is going down. So all these stocks, if people are jumping and buying today, you could lose all your money in those stocks in the next couple of days. Why take the risk? The chart is set up to tell you when to buy those. So the risk is very, very low. It's called the sweet spot. The chart is set up to make sure you get in the sweet spot. What does that mean? You get in where you have the highest probability of not losing money. If you look at the chart today, the way we set it up, it's telling you if you buy it today, you're getting in the highest probability of losing money. The highest, very highest probability of losing money. So when you listen to these people on the fake business, don't pay attention to them. Again, unless you got a lot of money, and you could care less if you lose money. You could care less. But I don't care how much money you get. Nobody wants to lose money. Nobody wants to lose money. And what's amazing is everybody's talking about tapering. They're going to taper. Oh, they're going to taper December 14th. And my question to those people who say they're going to taper, really? Wait a minute. The history we have with tapering doesn't show that at all, that they're going to taper. If they do, it's because they want the market to crash, or they want the market to correct 30 or 40%, the bubble masters. We'll talk about that when we get back here in Phil's Gang. Join my gang, Phil's Gang, 877-600-GANG.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Are you a fan of the Phil's Gang radio show? Then you should check out philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. The number is 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-GANG. Join free for 10 days. 877-600-GANG. Now, we're talking about how you're getting wrong information. You're being told today to jump in and buy all these travel stocks. Now, as I said, you certainly can. Some of these stocks are down 50% or more. But you got to have the wherewithal to stay with these stocks if you're going to do that, because they can go down another 20%. They could stay down another 6-7 months. Now, as long as you got that money sitting aside, you could care less about, you don't even think about it, you got that kind of money, go ahead and do it. If you got to sit on these stocks for a year, you got to lose money in the meantime. At some point, they're going to make a lot of money for you. But most people aren't in that position. Most aren't. Very few people are. Now, if you want to make money in that stock, you got to make sure you never buy the stock when there's more money coming out of it than going in. That's called an outflow of money, a downtrend. Okay? A downtrend on the chart is set up, it gives you two lines, it tells you if there's more money going out than coming in, and these charts have more money going out than coming in. But you say, well, how can it go up? Well, certainly it can go up because you got a lot of people covering their short position. So in this instance, the stock is trading at $20.33. You're better off waiting till it gets to 24. Do you know you have a higher probability buying Norwegian getting to $30 if you buy Norwegian Cruise Line? If you wait till it gets to $24, you got a higher probability of getting to $30 of that stock you didn't do, and then you do buying it today at $20. Let me repeat. You got a higher probability of getting to $30, an excellent probability, very, very little risk. Very little risk. If you wait and bought it at 24, you got a higher probability of getting to 30 than jumping in it today at 20. And what's that mean? Well, the chart is designed to follow the flow of money. When the right flow of money is coming into this stock, where you got more money coming in than going out, it'll hit about $24. See, that's the beautiful thing about the chart and what we teach. So looking at this stock, why would you get in today with a very high risk of losing money on this stock when you can get in the stock with a tiny probability of losing money? Very low risk. Just follow the chart. It'll tell you when to get in. How simple is that? But no, people are just going to jump in today. I better get in at $20.25 before it gets to 21 today. And they have no clue. If they just waited to get in at 24, they got the highest probability ever for that stock to go from 24 to 30 without losing money. But you can't get that across to them because I'm sitting here telling you it's in a downtrend and you're not going to believe it. That's why we give you 10 days free to join our gang. And you say, oh my God, he was right. Let's get to what's going on with this tapering. Another big lie that Wall Street's feeding. Remember, these jibber jabbers on the fake business news network, they're no different than the CNNs and the fake business news. They're no different than the fake business news pushers on Fox or on Fox Business or CNBC. They're not there to help you. Now, this tapering, do you think about this? Or tapering. Why would it be if you took the fourth quarter of 2018, while earnings were at a historic high, Powell announced in the fourth quarter of 2018 the Fed no longer was going to be accommodative, meaning, that $130 billion they have to buy treasuries to keep interest rates at zero. So he said in the fourth quarter of 2008, we're not going to be accommodative. Now remember, the fourth quarter of 2018, the same day he announced that, it was the same day that this fourth quarter was the best fourth quarter in history for earnings. No other quarter had earnings this high. And guess what happened? The market tanked 20%. 20%. Now this, remember, again, go look it up. Fourth quarter 2018, best earnings ever. He announced that they're not going to taper any longer, and therefore it went down 20% with the best earnings. Now, let's go to a couple days later, January 4th, 2019. He reversed his position. few days later, he reversed his position. He made an announcement. They're going to go back to being accommodative, go back to zero rates. That one day when he announced it, on January 4th, 2019, the market went up. But overall, 2019, the market rallied 30%, but with no earnings growth. None. No earnings. But the stock went up 30%. So think about it. How can you have a stock go down when it's got a historic amount of earnings, but then you got another, then you take that same stock and it goes up when there's no earnings? Because the proof is it has nothing to do with earnings anymore. The market is financially engineered. All it has to do with zero rates. That's it. You don't need profits. You don't need earnings. This whole market's been rigged that way. It's called financial rigging. Since 2008. And here's how they came about that. In 2008, when the market crashed, they went, oh my God, what are we going to do? On November 2008, they printed $1 trillion, went in and bought $1 trillion worth of treasuries, dropped interest rates to zero. The banks came in and started to buy stock, okay, because the interest rates started to drop to zero. The market ran up 80%. Then all of a sudden, the market started to drop again on November 2010. They ran in, printed $650 billion worth of money. Oh my God, the market's going down. They printed $650 billion worth of money. They jumped in and they bought stocks because interest rates dropped to zero. The market went up 33%. Then September 2011, they called it the twist. Market started to crash again. Oh my God. They said, we got to go back in and do it again. They went and they printed more money and they bought 10-year treasury yields to drop interest rates down to zero. And boom, once you know it, the market went up again. And they said, you know what? We just figured out. We don't need profits. We don't need earnings to drive this market higher. They said, oh my God, you're right. We don't need any earnings. We don't need companies to make money. All we have to do is keep interest rates at zero. Keep interest rates low. So we can do stock buybacks. And that's when they discovered how to do this financial engineering to drive markets so high. And I'll explain how high and the consequences in a moment when I get back. Join my gang free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
What are you, nuts? 85% of the people do not know how to get out of the market. They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out, tells you when to get in, tells you what to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, the big talk last week. Are they going to taper? Are they going to taper? Are they going to reduce the $130 billion they print every month? They've been doing it since November 2008 to buy treasuries, 10-year treasury bonds. When they do that, yields drop. And when yields drop to near zero rates, then stocks go up, especially big tech stocks, which drove the entire stock market. Now, here's the problem. Tapering. What people don't realize is when they tapered stocks, if you go back and they started to if you go back to 2009 to 2015, the Fed's balance sheet, what's that mean? Well, a lot of that money that they go and the 120 billion, they'll take a lot of that money and they go and they buy, if corporations are in deep trouble, they'll go buy their corporate debt, whatever debt they have or whatever bonds they have. They're in need of cash. So they do what they call monetized debt. That's the other reason for the money, to monetize their debt, to prop them up. A company should be going in bankruptcy, but instead they go in and say, here's $50 million. I'm going to buy $50 million of your treasuries, $50 million of your accounts receivables, $50 million of some of your assets, and I'll give you your cash, and now you can live again for another day. They do the same thing with banks when they're in trouble, and they do the same thing with the United States government, the same thing to keep them afloat. Now, between 2009, I remember they started this in 2008, this deal, and they didn't discover until the third quarter, around October 2012, that wow, we don't need profits, we don't need earnings. All we got to do is just go in, print money, buy 10-year treasury yields, and when yields drop, people go nuts and the market goes up. It doesn't matter if there's no profits. So now they decided between 2009 and 2015, because their balance sheet was only at $750 billion. This started in 2009. And that was for like 50 years up to that point of 2009. They didn't buy many assets from many companies because we never had situations like this. So they decided, okay, we better start. Why don't we went from 750 billion up to 4.5 trillion. That's never happened ever. So think about it. From 2009 to 2015, they went and bailed out banks, bailed out corporations, bailed out the government, and they're sitting on their balance sheet 4.5 trillion. So in other words, they took assets from the banks, assets from corporations, and put it on their balance sheet, all garbage, and they gave 4.5 trillion to corporations, to the government, whatever, so they could live for another day. So they said, you know what we should do? We got to start selling some of this crap. We got to start selling. So let's try to sell $750 billion of this. And Powell did the same thing he's doing now, made an announcement. That's it. We're going to start tapering. We're going to start tapering. No more zero rates. Powell announced that back in 2015. They're going to reduce the amount of asset purchases. So we're only talking $750 billion. As soon as they try to get rid of $750 billion of the assets on their balance sheet, dump them, get rid of them, they had no buyers. They stopped immediately. And what they do? Not only did they, remember now, they had $4.5 trillion at the time that they're trying to sell $750 billion of the $4.5 trillion. They tried to sell it just like they're going to do now. They're going to make the announcement. They couldn't sell it. So they turned around right away and they bought another. They added $5 trillion to the $4.5 trillion of which they're trying to sell $750 billion of that $4.5 trillion. They couldn't do it. They couldn't sell it. So they started to buy more. And in just 1.5 years, they were up to $8 trillion. You see what's going on here? So it didn't work now. Let me see. If they couldn't sell $750 billion of $4.5 trillion, how are they now going to sell $750 billion of whatever we have now? I think we have like pretty close to $9 trillion. Why are we going to be so lucky they can sell that? Well, see, they don't care. That's what we got to wait and see. See, they know they had to stop it last time or the market would have crashed. That's why they stopped it. But remember, these are bubble masters. They may want this market to crash. So they may just do it anyways, and then we're going to get a big crash. So if they come back and say, no, we're not going to stop it this time, we're just going to let it go through, I hope you know how to sell short. I hope you know how to sell short because the market will tank. The market will tank. So this is what they do. This is what they do. They're the bubble masters. They're the ones, ever since October 2012, they discovered companies don't need profits to make stocks go up. And that's when they've been doing this $130 billion a month. And now they're at a point, they're saying they're going to try to taper again when they couldn't taper back in 2015. They couldn't taper just $750 billion of $4.5 trillion. And they had to announce about 2 weeks later that they're going to buy, instead of sell $750 billion, they're going to buy another. They bought another $5 trillion. Meaning they went back to the banks, bailed them out, back to the corporation, bailed them out. So are they going to do that this time, Or are they going to say, you know what, we want the market to crash because they are the bubble masters. They can make a crash if they want it to crash. They create the rally, they can make a crash. They didn't want they didn't want to do that in 2015, but they want to do it now. So if they do, all you got to do is make sure you're ready to what? To sell short the banks. Sell short the banks. Easy to do. Easy. There's no place to hide. You got to learn how to sell short. It's not hard. Just come to my gang. In 10 days, it's free. You don't have to be sitting there all day in a class. Everything's archived. It's easy. And the thing is, we have the best chart in the world. It turns red. Like today, anybody that went out there and started to buy a Norwegian Cruise Lines, my members wouldn't be buying it today because it's solid red. Stock's going up telling you, no, don't buy it. There's more money going out than going in. There's nothing like having a chart that's accurate that helps you. Wall Street is not there to help you. Not at all. So this tapering, now also remember this, when the market crashed in 2008, okay, it was about 140% of its GDP. Today, we're 200% to GDP. We are 200%. Our market cap, the market cap is 200% to our GDP growth. So our market today, if you take the 5,000 companies and measure them, their value to our economic growth, okay, is 200%. Are you nuts? Do you know if you go back to 2008 and you go back to the dot-com crash, we were at 140, 150 to GDP. We're at 200. Now, when we were 150, 140 GDP, we dropped down to 60, 55 of GDP. Imagine if we're going to go from 200 to 50 or 60 GDP. You know how far this market's going to go in the hole? It's going to be incredible. And boy, you can make a lot of money. That's how you make money. When that happens, you sell short. Don't sit there and buy on the dip and so you better get into bubble gum. You better get to crackers, what people need. Better buy Johnson & Johnson, Coca-Cola. Don't listen to any of that. You can make a lot of money when the market crashes if you know what you're doing. Join my gang free for 10 days. You'll see.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026. Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you a fan of the Phil's Gang radio show? Then you should check out philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Remember, go to my store, our holiday store. We have some beautiful gifts, and it'd be a nice idea to give somebody a gift. Give them a membership or a chart, one of our charts. It's a great gift idea. Just go to our site, philsgangs.com. It's a holiday store, and you have a lot of good ideas in there. Okay, and it's set up beautifully. You can check it out. Okay, all right. Listen, I want to play this for you.
Why is the Dow up 587?
Again, as I said, I think it's because the Treasury yield has come down, as you know, and there's a flight to quality right now, and Apple's up almost 2.5%.
The rest of the text, though, not doing well despite the low yield on the 10-year.
Yeah.
They have no idea what they're doing. No idea what they're doing. Listen what he's at. Listen what he's at. This is Varney. He's getting paid like $5 million a year to advise you on TV. Here, listen to him.
Don't ever take investment advice from me.
And so now he's asking this.
Why is the Dow up 587?
Imagine he doesn't know why the Dow's up. He gets $5 million a year. And she doesn't know anything different than him.
Why is the Dow up 587?
Again, as I said, I think it's because the Treasury yield has come down, as you know, and there's a flight to quality right now, and Apple's up almost 2.5%.
The rest of the text, though, not doing well despite the low yield on the 10-year.
Yeah.
No, they're both wrong. First of all, the yield is low. When the yield is low, nobody wants tech stocks. Go check it out. Nobody wants to buy tech stocks when the yields are low. They want to go buy bank stocks. But the problem with the bank stocks, I'm sorry, the other way around. You do not want, when you have low yields, you want to be buying tech stocks, okay? And you want to be in there buying them. Because with low yields, when the Treasury yield drops, the first thing big guys do, they go buy tech, and it goes straight up. If yields are high, you don't buy tech. Okay, if yields are high, you go buy banks. You go buy techs when yields are low, but nobody's buying them. Now, where's some of the money going today? Most of that money is going to travel stocks. They're shifting everybody over to travel stocks. Some people are buying bank stocks. The trouble with both those If you go and look at the travel stocks, they're all in severe downtrends. You're going to, like I said, if you go look on my chart, or if you have a chart, go look on the chart, and you'll see that on my chart. As a matter of fact, if you want to go to my site, philsgang.com, if you have a mobile device, I'll show you right now. Notice how it's red, and you notice how the stock is going up. But look at my trend is down. The trend's telling you, no, don't go in and buy it, because if you bought it right now at $20. If you bought at $20, the stock, think you're getting a deal. You could wake up tomorrow morning and the stock could be down to $17 because you're buying into what they call a snapback. You're buying into a downtrend. You've got to wait till the trend has turned up, which means the trend, you're better off buying the stock at $24. But try to get that into people's head is almost impossible. You got a higher probability of buying, again, getting to $30 with this stock. You got a higher probability and nice and safe getting to $30 by buying at $24. If you buy it now at $20, your probability, okay, of getting to 30 is almost zero, because you got everything going against you. What's everything? The trend of money is going against you. So the our chart automatically tells you that. There's no guessing. It will tell you. You're guided. And also every day, just come, if you're with us, and you're with us and you have our portfolio, Steve every day goes over each stock in our member portfolio, tell you exactly what to do. Come home from work, have supper, click on open, boom, tells you exactly what to do. God, this is crazy. Now, if you go look at some bank stocks today, okay, you'll see, I haven't looked at them in a bit here, so maybe it's changed. Let's see, let's go to a couple of bank stocks here. I don't know, let's go to, here we go. I'm going to pick up one right here. Okay. See what my friend doing here. Okay, yeah. JP Morgan. Now, JP Morgan went up today since Friday. So somebody jumped into JP Morgan. Oh, God, I got in. Thank God I got in JP Morgan today. Thank God I bought it on a dip. What the person doesn't realize, it's in a severe downtrend. If you just bought the stock at $160, tomorrow morning you could wake up and be at $158. Or you may get up may go up a couple more days. You may buy it at 160 and it may get to 164. You're happy, you're thrilled. But what you don't understand, the next morning it could open up and drop all the way back down to 152. But if you waited until the stock hit 170 and the color-coded chart turns green, you have the safest, you're in the sweet spot, and you have the highest probability of not losing money. That's what we focus on around here. Now, going back to this decision they're going to make on December 14th or 15th, if they make the decision to taper, then you can pretty much be guaranteed the market is either going to correct or crash. Because as I said, how can we be so lucky to think it's not? If when they tried it, when there was only $4.5 trillion on the Fed balance sheet, assets they bought from banks, from the government, from companies that were failing just to keep them alive, 4.5 trillion. Remember, they were only at 700. After 50 years, they only had 750 billion in assets on their balance sheet. Within a couple of years, they had 4.5 trillion. That's how they keep bad players in the game. Isn't that terrible? That's why the market gets worse and worse. See, that's what happens when you don't let market crash. When you do not let a market crash, this is what happens. So when they tried in 2015 to go start tapering to purchase less than 120 billion, okay, and they were going to try to sell some of the assets of the 4.5 trillion, about 750 billion of the 450 billion, 4.5 trillion assets, they couldn't sell them. So they immediately turned around and start buying more assets. So they went from 4.5 trillion up to 8.4 trillion, 8.7 trillion as of today. What's that 8.7 trillion balance sheet? That's stuff they go and bought from corporations that should be bankrupt. They should have bought their junk. Let them go bankrupt. Banks, they bailed out banks. They went and bought some of their stuff to give them cash. They should have let them go bankrupt. See, that's the free market system. That's the free market system. Who blew the free market system up? Baby Bush and Obama. They blew it up. See, a beautiful thing about the market is when you got bad players and bad companies, you let the You let it happen. That's how you get rid of your weakest. And when you get rid of your weakest, yes, it hurts. You go into recession, yes, it hurts for a few months. But when you come out, the stock market's gotten rid of all the bad players. You got just the good players left. Now we got more bad players than we got good. That's the consequence of this QE for 13 years. For 13 years, we built an inventory of idiots. We built an inventory of stocks that are dopes. That should not be on the exchange. We got garbage. We got stocks that are trading at $80, should be trading for $8. And you're buying overvalued stocks. So think of it on a value basis. The .com, take the 5,000 active stocks, their value was at 140. Their value, put them all together to the aggregate, was 140% to economic growth, to GDP economic growth. 140% value to economic GDP growth. You know what we are today? We're at 200. So when we were at 140, a value of 140 to GDP, it dropped to 65% of GDP. Can you imagine? It dropped from 140 to 65, more than 50%. Can you imagine where we're going to go? This market crashes, we're at 200, and we could go down to 50, 45%. See, but nobody thinks about that. See, the problem with the fake business network, they never tell you the truth. They don't want you to know the truth. They don't want you. All they want you to do is tell these guys to keep telling you, buying the pullback. That's ridiculous. Listen, once you learn how to sell short, it's simple to do. It's easy. You don't have to go in the class. Try it 10 days. And all you have to do at the 2 o'clock or when you get home from supper at work and you're having supper, flip open your laptop or your computer. And if you're in Goldman Sachs or whatever, Steve tells you exactly what to do. And you haven't got anybody better than Steve to tell you what to do. And shorting is more fun than ever because when stocks go down 10 times faster than they go up. See you on the chart. Join for 10 days free. And please remember St. Jude.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make my